show. The fairy tale is complete. The Central Coast Mariners, champions of Australia.
It's a historic day in the A-Leagues. For the very first time, it is Unite Round over the next 3 days here in Sydney. 24 teams across the women's and men's competitions will play across 3 venues for the very first time. And first up, it's Western United taking on Macarthur here on Durrag Land in Parramatta. It's CommBank Stadium, the venue. And right after this one, it is Western Sydney Wanderers taking on Melbourne City. The Bulls, as you can see on the Isuzu Ute tunnel cam, they are chasing 3rd spot on the table after back-to-back draws. They do want to turn around a 5-match winless run. While for Western United, they are seeing United Round as an opportunity to haul themselves from the bottom of the table and begin to make some ground on the top 6. It's all to play for here on the opening night of the inaugural Unite Round in the A-Leagues. And it brings these two sides together for their 9th meeting in the competition. Remember, earlier in the season, it was a last-minute goal from Macarthur's Ali Orgler, which was the difference to keep Macarthur's undefeated start to the season going. Tonight, 3 changes for Miles Stajovski's side after that 1-1 draw in Adelaide, all 3 forced. So Kieran Backus is suspended due to yellow card accumulation. Clayton Lewis returns in his place in midfield. Yanni Nicolau has tightness after a busy recent schedule. So it's an A-League debut for former Sky Blue Keely Adamson at right back, while Raphael is getting over illness, so he drops to the bench. Ali Orgler, who scored the match winner last time these sides met, comes in on the wing. Keely Adamson makes his A-League debut this afternoon after joining the Bulls in December. He played every match for the Sky Blues in their Australia Cup triumph, including coming off the bench at halftime in the final. And you remember what happened in the second half? That's where they turned it all around and claimed the title. He's looking to produce that kind of quality here tonight. Western United have to stop him. John Aloisi's men, well, they had that heartbreaking 2-1 defeat to Melbourne City last week. Just the one change. Noah Bodic dropped to the bench. John Aloisi wants that to be a circuit breaker for the young striker. So 20-year-old Matt Grimaldi makes his first start in his A-League career as they bolster the midfield. Championship winning captain Josh Risdon becomes the 22nd player to 250 A-League matches, 142 at Perth, 28 at Western Sydney. Tonight, his 80th at Western United. Unfortunately, there is no place on the bench for Rukavitsa and Donachie, both sidelined with calf injuries. What an opportunity it presents here in Unite Round for Matt Grimaldi, his first A-League start after impressing in his 8 appearances off the bench so far. He scored in round 9 against Sydney, he scored in the Cup against Gold Coast Knights, and he was Western United's 3rd highest goal scorer in their NPL2 competition in Victoria. His form warrants this opportunity today, and this is his moment on starting debut. So the Socceroos teammates from the 2006 World Cup go head-to-head on the touchlines today. Miles Stajovski leads the head-to-head so far from their 2 meetings with that victory back in round 3 and the 2-2 draw last season. And John Aloisi was really encouraged by his side taking the game to Melbourne City after he was disappointed and challenged them after that defeat in Newcastle where he felt they lacked a bit of courage. So he wants them to bring more of that here. Adam Kersey in charge of his 91st A-League men's match. We're all set and ready to go. The stars on show. Thurgate and Holman have been very good for their sides in midfield so far this season. So who will it be to light up Unite Round? The opening match of Unite Round in the Isuzu Ute A-League is underway. The A-League's brand new concept, so isn't it apt to have the competition's newest clubs meeting on the opening day. Daniel McBreen, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Ben, and everyone out there, all our viewers. A great concept this. Great seeing everyone together. So many matches of football for us to take in. And two teams really in desperate need of a win for very different reasons.
Yeah, Macarthur started the season superbly, up around the top of the table, but a 5-match winless run. We're seeing them slip down to 6th. Western United, just one win in their last 10. They sit last, but they showed some signs of life last week against Melbourne City. And to be honest, they were a little unfortunate at times. There were some decisions, those 50-50 decisions that didn't go their way, and they came once again on the wrong end of the scoreline.
Well, there was also two absolute world-class finishes from Melbourne City as well. And they've shown some good passages of play during the season. It's just not quite working for them, putting that ball in the back of the net. They've gone back to that 4-3-3 formation today with Lachie Wales out on the right, Pena more in a central position as a regulation 10, which I think suits them better as well. But it has been a dire opening to the season. 2 wins in 11, 9 losses. They need to turn it around and turn it around quickly.
Well, as Daniel Garb said pre-match, they've actually had more losses than they've scored goals this season. That is a pretty damning statistic. We'll check in with Garby very soon on the sideline for us this evening for Unite round. Tamoki Imai closing in on Connor Payne as Western United's highest appearance maker is Roos. That's a nice direct run, and here's the opportunity for Western United, and it's Garuccio who opens the scoring with his first goal of the season, and that is the perfect start to Unite round for United.
Well, what a goal that was. Talked about their woes in front of goal. No problems today. In the 3rd minute, Western United tear Macarthur apart. Wonderful play down this near touch line. You can see here on the Harvey Norman replay a wonderfully threaded ball through, and as Roos cuts the ball back, you can see 2 players there. Skips past the first one, and then the second at the back post. Exactly what you want. One at the near, one at the far, with the easiest of tap-ins, and it's 1-0 to Western United, and they carved Macarthur up.
Are you giving Grimaldi the assist here, Macca?
Well, he gets the last touch, doesn't he? There, he was definitely going for goal, but it's fortuitous.
Nice beginning for him on starting debut. Grimaldi picking up an assist. Garuccio doesn't score many, just his 6th. Remember that incredible Scorpion goal from a couple of years ago. And Western United with the lead. I was going to mention he's one of many Western players who haven't quite reached the heights that they did in that 2022 grand final winning campaign, and they just need a kick-start. Well, I'll tell you what, that's going to help his confidence significantly.
Yeah, and it was great attacking play from the early turn down near this near touchline. I think it was Josh Risden, the through ball, the run from Roos. And when your 9 gets pulled out and makes that run, you need your other winger to get into the box and your fullback to be there as well. Exactly what they did. Great goal for Western United.
And lucky I got Garby's stat in early, Macca, because it's been destroyed in one moment.
Maybe Johnny Aloisi heard it and said, let's use that as motivation. Well, it worked.
What a moment for Western United. And what a moment for John Aloisi, who's changed the formation this week. And we know these days formations in football, you can read into them what you may. But he said he felt for this match he wanted an extra midfielder, find that space in between the lines against Macarthur. Well, it's worked perfectly, hasn't it?
Well, it did. The position, I think it was Pena who played the ball in behind. We spoke about him being a little more central. He got the ball in that area and just rolled it in behind. A great run from Roos to really get in behind the defence. And it's worked a treat in the opening few minutes.
Thurgate and Risden love to celebrate that game 250 in style. Just edged out Andrew Redmayne to become the 22nd player to that mark. Redmayne will get there tomorrow night. As Risden curling it in, Roos couldn't get it on target. They almost look a different side, Macca.
Well, this is also Macarthur's 4th game in 12 days, so they may be a little bit tired. It does take its toll, the travel as well. And they've just started as though it is. Western United have taken advantage. They look very good and sharp today.
Do you think that was a focus for John Aloisi and Western United as well? The fact that, well, here could be another chance on the way. It's Grimaldi challenging Adamson. And he does well there on his A-League debut. Do you think that was a message from Western United and their coaching staff that these players from Macarthur might be a little leggy after a busy schedule? Let's go at them hard.
Oh, 100%. They would have noted that it was their 4th game in 12 days and say, well, let's get at them early, put them under pressure early, and really try and use that in their favour, get an early goal, and then you can build from there. Well, it started well. Now they just need to continue. They keep moving the ball like they are at the moment. It could be a long day for Macarthur.
And the goal scorer bringing in some more width on that left, taking on Adamson and curling it towards the back post where Voitz's header away, and Risdon, well, that would have been a spectacular way to mark his game 250. It
was neat play through the midfield again, wasn't it, to switch the play out to that left-hand side. And as the cross comes in, it comes out. And Josh Risdon with a speculator. A little deflection there.
They've conceded the most goals in the league from corners, Western United. I'll be much pleased they're taking this one. They've actually scored majority of their goals from set pieces. Probably no surprise considering just the 9 for the campaign so far. There's Lockie Wales from the short corner. Garuccio. Pena. Wales curling it. Nodded away only as far as Garuccio. Oh, and there was a strong coming together. Here's a free kick for Western United. It was Lustica who got floored there. As Jake Holman came through and clattered into him.
He just sort of lost his bearings there, didn't he, Holman, and clattered in. See here, just tries to get around one defender and then clatters into Lustica as he gets the shot away.
It's like Daniel McBreen when he's at the beach and he decides to a little late to get under a wave. That's the reaction as it's about to smash into you. Here we go, free kick for Western United. Straight into the wall. Pena on the second attempt. I'm just interested as well, Macca. Oh, here's another issue. Matt Yerman, as he copped this one fair in the face.
I think he got it on the back of the head or the side of the head. He was rushing out.
I just wanted to ask you a question around Adamson v Garuccio as we see Matt Yerman get some attention, Mac. And now they came up against each other in the Australia Cup when Adamson was at Sydney. Sydney winning that one 3-0. You just wonder whether Garuccio, the experienced player, up against Adamson on his debut. When you're coming up against a player on debut, do you want to show him a few things, Macca, as an experienced pro?
Well, as an opposition coaching staff, you will look at weaknesses, and an inexperienced player could well be. Billy Adamson, for me, though, in the Australia Cup was quality for Sydney FC, but it is his first A-League start, so there will be a few nerves.
So Matt Yerman just getting some attention for the moment. Garuccio slides it back for Pena. So Yerman's going to run back into the centre of defence, and in the end, it didn't really matter. And let's check in for the first time this afternoon with Daniel Garb sideline. How are you, Garby?
Going well, boys. Happy Unite round to both of you and everyone who's watching. And yeah, there's a nice vibe down here. I guess one of the interesting watches of the season is the Macarthur fan group. They've started to build nicely. There's a gathering of them behind the goals where Western have just scored as they break down the right.
And Jed Drew just has it nicked off him by Jacob Tratgarvey.
So they won't be enjoying watching that goal go in front of them. But yes, a nice gathering of Bulls fans who are making their presence felt. And we're also seeing some Western Sydney fans gather early, some red and black in the stands ahead of their clash with Melbourne City on this ground later tonight. And that's what Unite Fan Round is all about, of course. The fans gathering to watch both games. And yes, a lot of red and black already making their way into CommBank Stadium. Thanks,
Garvey. Yeah, really exciting concept, and what a start for Western United. Ben Garuccio putting them ahead inside the opening 5 minutes. Curto up towards Orgler. Now German. Lewis just struggling to retain possession at the moment. Macarthur, and look at Grimaldi just showing his speed up against Adamson, beating him for pace. It looked a decent delivery, but in the end it was just a little too close to Philip Curto. But he's looking dynamic, he's looking dangerous on starting debut, as he has looked in his moments off the bench this season. Davila fouled by Lockie Wales. Long way to go in this match, but as it stands currently, Western United, a win would pull them off the bottom of the table. But no doubt they'd want to keep closing the gap to the all-important top 6. The second goal would help them on that quest, and they've looked the more likely since going ahead 1-0. Imai and Roos. Gives it up. Just the intensity once again from Western United. Risdon there. Beating Orgler to the ball. Thurgate saw the pass, did Risdon. Thurgate cuts it back to Grimaldi. And Holman with the clearance. They're just finding so much space at the moment, Western United. Grimaldi returns it to Lustig. A little dink attempted over the top. Adam Kersey waves away the appeals. This goes to ground. Adam Kersey playing advantage here. Garuccio. Pena in a tight spot. Daniel Pena dinks it over the top. Michael Roos. Was it flagged for offside? Now Jed Drew. Sending Garuccio left and right. And Imai is able to get his body in position to prevent German getting to the ball. Macca just doing a manual count here. Last 3 matches now, Macarthur have conceded the first goal, so playing from behind. And when you are doing that more often than not, you're going to struggle to win football matches.
It certainly makes it more difficult. As we approach the 15th minute now, in the 15th, Western United have been the dominant force in this match by far. Macarthur have really struggled to maintain possession in the opposition half.
Well, it was a similar issue, wasn't it, for Macarthur last time they were here at CommBank? They were down inside the opening 10 minutes, wasn't it, on New Year's Day? And it was 2 pretty shortly after that. So slow start's hurting them. This is a bright moment. Davila has it pinched off him by Thurgate. And Vujicic can't keep it inside the line, but that's what Angus Thurgate does so well. And in a side that has struggled this season, he's been a shining light for the green and black.
Well, he has, but there's an opportunity there for Macarthur to play the ball wide. It was just a sloppy pass. Vujica was there. He tried his best to keep it in. If that was weighted correctly, he takes a step forward and he's crossing into the box.
Thurgate sends it Garuccio's way. Sticker. Uses Risdon. What a career he's had. Boy from Bunbury played his youth football at Joondalup, a football club which has produced so many fine talents in Australian football. And went on to represent his country, played at that 2018 World Cup for the Socceroos. Here he is taking on Orgler, finding Grimaldi. Kenya dazzles away from Adamson and unloads off that left boot. Spills for Garuccio. He's going to get the second bite of the cherry here. Garuccio, Adamson with a strong challenge. And the debutant. Here's the rings of the bells. The bullpen very impressed with the work of their new player. Arrived at the club in December from the Sky Blues. Really surprising that Sydney didn't keep him on their books, but apparently it just came down to the budget.
The spaces as well. Only a certain amount of positions available for full contracts in the A-League.
Jed Drew laid in down the right. Davila making a run in the middle, and he's going to earn a corner. Now, this could bring some nervous sighs from Western United fans. As we saw before, 9 goals conceded from corners this season, by far and away the worst. Had issues last week. It's Holman. Macarthur, one of the best exponents in the league in that department. Lewis, at the head of Imon. Deals for handball against Roos. Kersey said it was all above board, and here he is, Michael Roos running at Vujica. He is so quick, Michael Roos. He bears down on goal, and in the end, it was the left fullback who did well enough just to make the angle more difficult for the Western United and former Macarthur striker.
Well, it was a great run, wasn't it? And you have to hand it to Ivan Vujica there. Didn't dive in, kept jockeying, forced him onto the right-hand side where Vujica wanted him to go. .28 matches and 3 goals for Macarthur for Michael Roos. Made his A-League debut at the club. And off to the Mariners and now Western United. This is just his 10th start in 59 A-League matches, and we heard Bruce and Luke talking about that in the pre-game show. This is an opportunity for him. He hasn't been able to lock down a starting spot in his career a whole lot. This is a moment for him. Orgler working with Davila. So the space offered by Drew has Adamson on the inside, but Drew's pass was overhit. Lewis. Some pressure there from Lockie Wales. Just getting some instructions, Clayton Lewis, from Mile Stajovski. Be some kind of a tactical tweak. It was something Jake Holman mentioned, especially after the Jets game last Friday, that
First half, he felt like tactically they weren't getting things quite right, and there has been a discussion amongst the coaching staff around those last 5 matches, trying to just tweak a few things to get things back on the right path. As Adamson bending it in towards the back post. It was a good moment from the debutant. Just couldn't quite find the range on the pass. Now Orgler earns a free kick as Josh Risdon tried to tackle him. And literally tackle him with his hands there. And he's saying in his 250, surely I should get one, sir.
Well, I can see Josh Risdon will say, he was trying to say he was standing his own ground. They came together and he just wrapped the arms around him and the legs went.
Now, I'm sure some Macarthur fans will be asking, is there a card worthy there? Macca's shaking his head. No. No, it's not a corner, but it's just as close to it as Lewis bends it in. Jaman got up, and that is a concern, isn't it? He's got up, got a good piece of that, and well, he is a quality player. We know his resume. Liga winner with Monaco, Europa League finalist with Marseille. He's been a goal scorer for them this season.
Well, you see there, he got up well, just a little too early. He was just coming back down as the ball came to him, which made it difficult for him to get over the ball.
He scored in their last 2, Jaman. That late penalty against Newcastle, and then the goal against the Reds on Monday night. You just wonder how much that match took out of the legs of Macarthur. It was such an open, entertaining match. There was a lot of end-to-end action in that one. Burgate and Roos. Lustica sends it to Risdon. Wales couldn't find Pena. Things look to be building there for Western. Wales pinches it back. Boy, it's a good endeavour. Western really trying to pen the balls in here. Burgate. It's a problem for Jaman. Now, this happened off the ball. Did he get a little accidental whack off the face? Now, Adam Kersey has called the Macarthur trainer on immediately. We know when it's a head knock of any description.
Well, you see there, Tamoki Imai's arm makes connection. Didn't have any idea that he was there. Totally accidental.
It was right in front of Alex King, who's the 4th official. Just a few notes in Mile Stajovski's book. What do you think he'd be writing, Macca, about this start to the game? As all of a sudden, it's play on. Macarthur players were still getting a drink, and Western United, there was a real opportunity for them over there to their left edge. That would have been embarrassing for the Bulls had Western snuck an opportunity and potentially a goal there. Wales. It's the overlap of Risdon. Burgate. Wales. Witzer ends that attack for the moment. Wales just not on the same wavelength as Thurgate in that passage. So Adamson gets a chance to stretch his legs. German looks for Drew. It's been a profitable channel for Macarthur in this game so far. It seems like their best opportunities have come on that right edge when Jed Drew's been able to get down there, and you can see the stats backing that up. Almost 60% of their raids coming down that right flank. Voyitzer and Lewis was rested for the trip to Adelaide on Monday night, so he has somewhat more fresher legs than some of his teammates. Davila, now he gets a little bit of an arm around the neck from Thurgate. Lewis, it's with Orgler. He's come in today on that left for Raphael, who's on the bench, just been feeling a little under the weather this week. You can understand they've been on a lot of flights lately. Uzcock. And the pass to Drew. Adamson.
Well, Western United have defended really well in those areas, haven't they? They've moved well as a unit, as a block. None of the Macarthur players in midfield in particular have had any time or space to get their head up, face forward. And they've had to rely, Macarthur, on bringing Western United players across and then trying to play the long ball across to Jed Drew. And anything goes through that midfield area. As we see the free kick there, it's been white and green everywhere.
If you're Mile Stajovski, how do you come up with a plan of breaking them down? Because at the moment it looks like the Western United we remember in that championship winning season where they just did not concede.
Well, you can see Uli Davila, he tries to stay in the back of Angus Thurgate, Lockie Wales quite a lot, but they're screening so well. Risdon and Imai as well are nice and close. So they have to move that ball quickly, move this midfield around. Something like this could do the damage.
Davila finds Drew. Track got enough of a toe just to slow him down. Davila. Thurgate gave him a bump. Davila with those magical toes, but he's turned it over, and Imai linking with Pena. Has Roos ahead of him. Dangerous signs here for Macarthur. Roos tried to keep the ball coming with him, and Uzcock caught up with him.
Well, it was a wonderful ball from Daniel Pena, wasn't it? Uli Davila believes he was fouled at the other end and might have had an argument.
Uzcock of two former green and black players in this Macarthur starting side. Also Jerry Skitardis on the bench. Voyitzer and Uzcock both spending some time in Victoria. Orgler, no route through there. And looked like he'd basically found two players on the way there, Risdon and Wales. You don't want to speak too early, but John Aloisi surely will be really happy with what he's seen from his side so far in this match.
Oh, without a doubt. They're moving the ball around well, defensively. They look very well organised.
Drew with an opportunity here. He's got Adamson just sidling up alongside, but he's going to go with the cross into the middle, and at the moment they're just not getting those moments right, the Bulls.
No, they're not. They're finding it very difficult to break down this Western United team, and when they do find the space, final delivery just hasn't quite been there today.
have just joined us, change for John Aloisi today. Decided to subtract a striker for a midfielder for this match. Matt Grimaldi coming into the starting side. Now Botic dropping to the bench. He said he just wanted that to be a circuit breaker for the young man, who it's just the one goal this season way back in round one. And you can see this match really a battle of the midfield. 65% almost played in there. Western United just able to snuff out any opportunities, any half chances even that the Bulls have tried to conjure up so far in the opening 31 minutes. Western haven't beaten the Bulls in their last three. Are they about to find a way back into this one? Drew. Adamson. And Lewis. Once again, Western forcing them backwards, forcing them into a pass. Davila did really well to find Adamson. It looked as though things were going to break down. Now there's space here for Davila! An absolute special to celebrate Unite round from the Mexican star. That's 13 for Macarthur's second highest goal scorer in club history.
Well, it's a wonderful finish. We spoke about how well Western United have closed down space and not allowed Macarthur to face forward in the midfield areas. And the Harvey Norman replay shows the time and space that Uli Davila has there. It's probably the first time in the match he's had so much time and space. And with a player of his quality, there's only one thing on his mind. And what a finish that is, by the way. Touch forward, has a look, little deflection, maybe makes it a little bit difficult, but what a finish. It's their first shot on target, and it's in the back of the net, and that's the quality that man possesses. He's the talisman for the team, and he stood up again.
So he's got 18, that's across all competitions. In the A-League, he's got 13 now. Just one away from equaling Mac Derbyshire from that inaugural season back in 2021. So he is, as you said, Macca, the talisman. And we know the story. If you have missed it, he was going to walk away from football as this ball comes into Roos as Western looked for the instant reply. He was going to walk away from football before the start of last season after the tragic passing of his wife. The Bulls family rallied around him. They went on to win the Australia Cup. Unfortunately, he got injured, didn't play the back end of the league season. He's returned full fitness this season, and he just shows his quality. The 32-year-old who was once on the books of Chelsea.
Well, he's a quality player. John Aloisi must be absolutely seething on the sideline. They had been so well organised, they'd given away so little time and space, Western United, in that midfield area.
There's your XG, Macca, for Davila. I'm not sure whether it was a .07. I'm assuming it was less than that, but yeah.
But they were so good, Western United, and then one opportunity, one lapse of concentration, and they leave the most dangerous man on the park free to get a shot away.
He might. And Western United fans must be thinking, Macca, what is going on this season? Last week, 2 worldies against Melbourne City. Davila, the same this afternoon. It's what happens, isn't it, when you're down the bottom of the table? They have to show that courage that John Aloisi spoke about after the defeat last week to Melbourne City. Thought he saw that. And this is a big test of resilience for them here. A really big test after a terrific start to this match. Wooscock and Drew. Macca, I think that passage of play just before it was going to break down. Western were really pressing. Davila got a touch out wide to maybe Drew, who found him, and all of a sudden the space just opened up, and that's the quality, isn't it, of what he can do in that moment.
Well, I also think in the last 5 or 10 minutes, Macarthur is starting to get a little bit more possession, a little bit more confidence.
Jed Drew in behind. Davila! The deflection from Trapp was a goal-saving block from the defender. And that's how close it was to a double for the captain.
Well, just as I said, they feel like, it seems like they have more confidence. Lovely play again down that right-hand side. Jed Drew with the cutback. Newly Davila looked for all money to be scoring a goal there, but Trapp gets his body in the way. For this first 30 minutes or so, Macarthur weren't in this game. Now they are full of confidence.
Holman and Drew. Lewis, he's done it from out here before. That took a deflection off Imai. Now Davila nipping in again. He's just buzzing around, causing havoc for Western United. How quickly a match can turn. 6 minutes ago, Macarthur, you'd almost say that it didn't look like scoring anytime soon.
Well, they had one shot, and that was Germain's header from the corner. And they didn't look like it. 5 minutes, it's all changed, and now they look the team with their tail up and confidence.
The head of Grimaldi. Who does it fall to? Of course, it falls to Davila. Blocked off by Imai. Adamson. Holman. Germain couldn't lick the pass with Orgler.
Well, they're just starting to find space in midfield, Macarthur, just around the edge of the box as well. Enough space now to face forward, get a little pass around the corner, which first 25-30 minutes was almost non-existent.
So you can see this regularly happens with Macarthur. So Orgler and Drew, the two wingers, just switch sides for the moment. Drew has been doing a bulk of the work down the right. We'll see if Orgler can find just as much space.
He's been doing really well, Jed Drew. You'd be a little bit reticent to take him away from there, wouldn't you? He's having a little bit of success. Seemed to be growing into the game even more. And the bulk of their attacks had come down that side.
Dink over the top looking for Germain. Out comes Hewitt-Bell. What about poor Tom Hewitt-Bell? Sorry, stats this week. His save percentage in the league down at 65%. Well, the problem is they're unsavable. Last week, 2 against Melbourne City, this one against Davila. What more can the poor goalkeeper do in that situation? Germain, and here's Drew. Whether he's on the left or the right, the ball seems to find him. Germain with a skim up to the deflection. Vujitsa. Davila driving it Imai. Drops it back to Drew. Stopped by Tamaki Imai.
There's another example. Davila just receiving on the half turn, driving forward, getting Western United on the back foot.
Western United, just over 5 minutes remaining until the half-time break. Looking for something. Can they try and get the lead back before half-time? Thurgate linking with Risden. Pena floating it wide to Garuccio, who drives it in towards Roos, and Uzcock did well. Is it a corner? Yes, it is. Tough one for the referee to decide. finally Western United, for the first time since conceding, they have a moment here.
You see there, Curto came, but he's not taking any chances.
Well, all the pain of conceding that equaliser will go away if Western can snatch one here. Wales bends it in towards Trad at that back post. Sits up for Lustica, blocked off by Davila. Thurgate has his hand out wide, and that's where Garuccio looks. He was telling him, I send it that way. And Thurgate onto the head, Curto. That's why he's one of the best goalkeepers in this competition. That is point blank. That is a certain goal denied.
Well, what a ball in, what a header, and what a save at the end of it. That's a difficult header there from Pena to guide it into that far corner while moving away, and to get down and palm it away. And there was also Western United players coming as well.
That corner ripped in towards the near post. Grimaldi kept his feet in a tight spot. Wales again up towards Thurgate. Wooscock away only as far as Garuccio. They just put too much power on it. It gives us a chance to head back downstairs to Garvey. Garvey, what are you hearing on the sideline?
Well, they're unlucky to not be ahead, Western United, of course, but you can tell how this horror run they're on is starting to take its toll on them. 1 win in 10 games, and when that equaliser went in from Uli Davila, I mean, the reaction from the captain, Josh Risdon, Lockie Wales as well, just furious with their defence for not closing down enough, or maybe just furious that, again, they've given up a lead, and it's starting to become very stressful for them. John Aloisi was telling his midfield, hang on to the ball, hang on to the ball. They give up possession, and they cop an equaliser straight away. You can just tell that there's a lot of anxiety and stress running through this Western United side, understandably, at the minute.
Thanks, Garvey. It's going to take one of these creative sparks, the Grimaldis, Pena. They've looked good so far. As Kersey just gets in the way there of Angus Thurgate's movements. You can understand not many opposing midfielders can detect his footsteps. Here he is linking with Garuccio. Pena. It opens up for Pena. Curto saves it out to Grimaldi, who goes down in the box. Didn't look to be a whole lot in it. Will be a throw here for Western United.
That's another good save from Curto down to his right.
Big moments, isn't it? Right before half-time for the goalkeeper of the year in 1920. He first came into the league as Wales, curling up towards Grimaldi. Thurgate. Oh, Davila just came from the blind spot of Pena. Garuccio, Wales just caught behind him. Macarthur get it away. This is a really good spell, this, for Western United. Risdon. Oh, Grimaldi and Roos both letting each other know. And Roos has pinched it off Holman's toes. Michael Roos bearing down on goal. Curto saved it. Wales puts it in. Referee says no goal. It's a handball. Michael Roos certainly asking the question, but it's Philip Curto to the rescue again.
Well, it'll be interesting to see this one. Philip Curto's done remarkably well. Roos was away. And I think as the ball comes back off Curto, yep, there it is. It hits the arm of Roos before he gets the ball back in. But that's 3 saves now in the past few minutes from Curto to keep it at 1-1.
Most saves in the league this season. Philip Curto is level with Alex Paulson coming into this match on that particular statistic with 53. Pena and Trapp. Ruccio finds Grimaldi. What have you made of Michael Roos's work in this first half, Mac? A big role for him playing as that striker up top.
Yeah. I think his goal record is something that John Aloisi will look at, so we need more. He had a big hand to play in the goal for Western United. He made a great run, good ball, cut ball back. He just needs to get himself in those central areas so when those balls come in, he can get that goal tally up a little.
Still a little bit of time here. Nile Stadowski, the nod of the head, he'll be no doubt pleased with the equaliser for Macarthur. Didn't it just spring them to life for a period there? John Aloisi was thinking about that moment. Once again, that moment for Davila. That's all it took for the Bulls to get themselves back level, but there's still so much to play out in this match. Been really tight between these two sides in their 8 previous meetings. Macarthur leading the head-to-heads 3-2, but 3 draws. So draws one of the most popular results when these two sides meet. Pena. Risden. It's away from Drew. Thurgate. Is it taken off him by former teammate of his at Newcastle, Ivan Vojica. Now Adamson, he's going to win his side. Free kick, they're going to come back. That probably will be it for the first half of the first match in the A-League men's side of Unite round. Don't forget the Liberty A-League taking place at Leichhardt Oval today. And that is half-time in the first match of Unite round here at Combank Stadium. It was Ben Garuccio who put Western United ahead by a goal to nil inside the opening 5 minutes, but then Uli Davila with a stunning solo goal to bring Macarthur back level. It means at halftime here at Combank Stadium, Macarthur FC 1, Western United 1.
That I am. Thanks, Hals. I'm with Kieran Backus, who unfortunately is suspended tonight. Too many of those annoying yellow cards, Kieran. How do you go as a viewer in a game like this?
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to watch, but yeah, I'm happy the boys got back into the game and hopefully we get a result tonight.
You've been in so many of these situations recently where it's delicately poised. How do you take advantage of the second half and get back to winning ways?
I think we're a team that starts off slow. I don't know why, to be honest. Start off slow and finish off all right, but yeah, we just need to push on and hopefully we can get a win today.
Now, your big bro, little bro, Keanu, is at the Asian Cup at the moment with the Socceroos. How is he shaping up for it, and how proud are you of him and what he's been able to achieve and the fact that he's about to represent his country in a very big tournament?
Oh yeah, as a family, we're very proud of him. He's done well over the last couple of years and we're happy that he's there, and hopefully the team does well and they get a result and come home with the trophy.
Thanks, Kieran. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Craig Goodwin delivers the free kick in. It's a good ball, and it's the opening goal from the towering Harry Suter. Miller is there with Metcalf. He dinks the ball back in. Great header. Mitch Duke. What a story. 11 goals now in green and gold.
Welcome back to the inaugural Unite round here at Combank Stadium, and straight after this Macarthur Western United clash, it is Melbourne City in town. They are taking on Western Sydney Wanderers. Fans of all clubs, of all nations in the house tonight. Some Peruvians there. There's a Brazilian, Marcelo. He's just saying hello to some of the opposition tonight. It's going to be a great evening of action. Daniel McBreen, he's sticking around for the call alongside Robbie Thompson for the next match. Cannot wait. Western United taking on Melbourne City. But right here, right now, we have got a battle between the newest clubs in the Isuzu Ute League. And across their previous 8 meetings, it's been a draw, the most popular result. And right now, where are we sitting at? A draw. One apiece. Ben Garuccio scoring the opener in the 3rd minute. Philip Curto kept Western United at bay. Uli Davila equalising for his side. And that's where we sit right now, to be fair. It's Philip Curto that's probably the difference between his side being 2-1 down as we're back underway. Uli Davila is still doing up his shoelace, as you can see, but Adam Kersey wants to get things rolling. And it's Western United who get us started in their second 45 minutes. They just have to start again, don't they, Daniel McBreen?
Well, they do, Ben. They were good for 30 minutes. They went to sleep for about 10, and then they came good again, and it was only Philip Curto who kept the score at 1-1.
And I'm sure that would have been the likely message from John Aloisi and his coaching staff at half-time. They were very good for a lot of that first half. This is the goal scorer, Ben Garuccio. Just the 1 goal for him last season. Grabbed his first of the campaign in the 3rd minute. Pena, his moments in the first half. He just drills this ball across in front of Garuccio. He's got Bruce in the middle, floats it up towards Wales. Pena then came in late at the back post. And now Orgler with a little dink over the top of Lustica. Risdon comes and shoulder to shoulder. The call from the referee, and Western United able to settle here through their captain.
Well, that was a good opening opportunity for Western United. Crossfield ball from Pena. Garuccio with a decent ball across the 6-yard box, wasn't it? Ricky Wales just mistimed the header.
Some skill from the debutant. Nice ball control from Keely Adamson. Coming in for Nicolau, who's just been rested with some tightness. It's Curto. Well, he is human. Not his best moment there of the match, but he's already filled up the highlight reel in the first half. Maybe it's a weekend for the goalkeepers to produce some highlights, Macca, because I'll tell you what, the goal scorers have been doing so in recent weeks. We saw some pretty special goals last week. Darvel has added to the pile this week, and right now it's just clutching at an ankle.
See there, just a little contact. Sandwich between Lustica and Thurgate, didn't he? Just copped a little knock on the ankle, nothing too major.
Just wonder how many nibbles people have had at his ankles over his career. His ankles, you wouldn't want to be a physio, would you? Thurgate. German. German. Well, Drew was free on the right. Here comes the first card of the match, and it's going to Moki Imai's way, but I think, Macca, you were thinking if German, it was behind him, he couldn't really see Jed Drew, but if he found him, there was a space of plenty. Well,
he tried to play that ball, and Tomoki Imai read it actually correct, but it came off the outside of the foot, and all of a sudden, Imai realised, I'm going to get done here. Professional foul to stop Davila going through.
Grimaldi. Threads it through for Lockie Wales. Wales one-on-one, couldn't get it on target. The flag comes up belatedly, as is the requirement in those kind of circumstances. And Macca got the call right up here in the commentary box. He had the flag up straight away.
Yeah, just wanted to go. Well, his run was for the pass to be played on the touch before, but an extra touch, and he was already in an offside position. But Curte wasn't to know, and he did enough again.
It's up. His pass intercepted by Risdon. And here's a little bit of good fortune for Western United. Or maybe a bit of bad fortune for Macarthur.
I think it was just a little tug of the shirt. The Orgler was before that.
They're not been. Trapp may have been the latest to go into the referee's notebook. Grimaldi. Trapp. He might. Pena driving forward. Caruccio and Thurgate. Has it taken off him by Davila, as he did for the Mexican in the first half. He's turned the tables in the second. And now Jed Drew with Germain. This is promising for the Bulls. The Frenchman finds Holman, and his touch just a little too heavy. Davila pinches it. Davila scores. The captain on the double for Macarthur. It's a history-making goal. He becomes Macarthur's all-time leading goal scorer in the A-League and across all competitions, but more importantly, it puts the Bulls back in front here.
Well, I thought there they'd lost it on the Harvey Norman replay, but the pressure from Davila, look at it, gets in their face, he gets caught under Imai's feet. He rounds Hewitt Bell and tucks it away. Look at him, tenacious. We've said he's a talisman. He's so good on the ball, but the pressure to not allow Western United just to play out 1-2, gets the balls, and then here, little look up, realises he has the time to take it around the keeper and tuck it away. We're used to seeing such elegance, skills and technique from that man, but the pressure there and then the composure to finish was quality. But you have to say again, Western United defence causing themselves some problems there.
And there's the statistics. So 14 in the league, 19 combined across all competitions. And there's a problem for Angus Thurgate in back play there, as that goal was scored by Davila.
It was right back where Davila had the ball here. And you watch as he turns, it's just a hand to the face. There's nothing in that for mine, really. If there was any intention, I think it was just the movement of his body, balancing himself. Yeah.
Well,
may have copped a finger to the eye.
Is it something the VAR will have a look at? It is Chris Griffiths-Jones. Frustration continues for John Aloisi. Just another moment, isn't it? Another moment. Western United giving away the ball inside their own box. And Uli Davila returning Macarthur from a 1-0 deficit to a 2-1 lead. And that's the first time they've had a lead in a match since round 9, when they had that 2-0 advantage against Perth Glory. And considering the 4 games in 12 days, Macca, this is big for the Bulls, isn't it? A 2-1 lead with 36 and a bit minutes to go.
Look at this. Western United, we said at the start of the match that they've had very good passages of play in their matches, but it hasn't quite gone right at either end. Well, conceded more goals than any other team and scored far fewer than any other.
Grimaldi slipped through him to Garuccio. And Grimaldi, goal side of Adamson, down he goes. Adamson emerges with the ball. Davila up towards Trapp. That's the Mexican getting in there, but turning it over. Ball's back through Drew. Adamson. And Imai's just going to let it trickle over the byline. So we said after dominating this match and then conceding to go in at halftime 1-1, it was going to be a test for Western United. We just see Lockie Rose getting some instructions from Macarthur assistant Glenn Moss. Speaking of Glenn Moss, on that list, Josh Risden's list I was touching on, 22nd player to 250. Glenn Moss was the next down on that list, 21st with 250 games, bang on across his career. Sorry, Macca. Just thought I'd mention that.
I wasn't ignoring you. Sorry, Benny. I was just watching.
Oh, well, it's a bit awkward here in the commentary box. Let's go down to Garvey. Garvey, help us out.
Thanks, Benny. Just with a Thurgate foul as they thread this through. It has blocked the Western United through ball. They've won it back, though.
Could be an opportunity here. Garuccio. Thurgate. Now Risden. Here he is, the milestone man. Can he inspire his side like he did back in round 8 to that win against Brisbane? Wales. Risden. And there is the chance once again for Western United. And Ben Garuccio just lost his footing. The flag comes up for offside, but he wasn't to know at the time, Macca.
I'm not sure if the flag was for him or for Ruse Central, who went up for the header. That was a great opportunity. It was a good ball in, wasn't it, into that back post area. He's just stretching.
Garvey, it always happens. There's a chance when we go to the sideline. Let's go back to you now.
As I was trying to say before Western United rudely interrupted me by launching an attack, in the lead up to Macarthur's second goal, that potential foul on Angus Thurgate, the VAR has looked at it. They said it might have been a foul, but they haven't investigated it properly because there was simply too much play that took place between that incident and then the goal. It was a new phase, and therefore it can't be overruled even if it was a foul. Thanks,
Garvey, for clarifying that. As Western United again snuffed out that time by Adamson. They've just really got to believe, don't they, this Western side, and they're going to make a couple of changes. So Lockie Rose is going to come onto the field. Matt Grimaldi making way, and he grabs an assist on starting debut, helping get the ball out to Garuccio for that first goal. Reece Bozanovski coming on for his 5th appearance of the season, the 19-year-old. And Lockie Rose is going to replace Ali Orgler. A little bit quiet, his performance today. The match winner back in round 3 between these two sides. And Lockie Rose, he is a proven match winner. All his appearances so far in the league this season have come off the bench. That's 8 for him now. He is a super sub off the bench. He can cause some real problems for Western United.
Yeah, a little surprised that he hasn't had more starts. Lockie Rose, he's a very good attacking player, leads the line well, very aggressive, and gives you everything.
I can tell you why, just from a Macarthur perspective, what they've said, but well, they've said that the way they want to play this year is with Jaman and his style as a striker, and that's why Rose has had to despite his time on the bench in the league this season. And they've preferred, obviously, Raphael and Drew on the flanks and Rose coming off the bench.
That's fair enough.
Bozanovsky, a teenager, had some bright moments last week. Wonderful to see him back after he recovered from injury. Got his opportunity in December. It was his first appearances in the A-League since February. Sunshine George Cross youth product. Thurgate thinking it towards Wales. And Bozanovsky, well, he's not going to get an opportunity because free kick has gone the way of Macarthur and Jake Holman. And I was going to say, Macca, Western United, really, they just have to believe in this moment, don't they? Because they have been good enough. They have created enough chances to get themselves back level and win this match.
Yeah. I think there'd be a strong argument to say that they have been the better team on the whole, but they've created better chances. Philip Curto has been fantastic, but as so happens so many times with teams at the bottom, they don't take those chances and they cough up. Okay, there was a wonderful strike from Davila, but the second one was just a silly goal, and they find themselves behind again. They have the quality up there. They've shown that they can create chances. They need to take them, and it has been one of their biggest problems this season.
And that's the big challenge, isn't it? Psychologically, when you've won one of your last 10 and you've struggled to score goals, how do you bridge this deficit? Nazarene has it taken off him by Holman. Just more desperation from Holman, and Drew is off. He's got Rose and Germain making a run into the box. Here is the Frenchman, but there was Jacob Trapp. He has been good, hasn't he, Jacob Trapp, in recent matches for Western. And here he is driving forward, finding Wales. Early ball looking for Roos. And it's picked off by Uzcock. And now Clayton Lewis turns around. So that's an enthralling passage of play from end to end. Remember, Macarthur, busy schedule, final half an hour. Legs just starting to talk.
Well, this is where the substitutions will play a big part.
Maybe just a little bit of fatigue there. Drew just easing back on that chase. And Drew's asking for the free kick, not getting it. Rose. And Holman. Bozanovsky really had some spark and energy into that midfield. Down goes Pena. Rose couldn't get it past Garuccio. Nailed the pass to Wales. The perfect option, and Garuccio continues the run. Men in the middle. And there's going to be a throw on the way here for Western United. And Noah Botic is going to be thrown into the game. So it's going to be Michael Roos off and Botic on. They're keeping with the sole striker as per the change in formation for this match. So we'll see if Noah Botic can have a bit more joy with the additional midfielder out there for Western United. Just the one goal this season for the 22-year-old. That came back in round 1 against Melbourne City from the penalty spot. Risden looking for Botic, lets it run for Thurgate. Nazarene, Thurgate. Passing channel locked off by Lewis. And now Wales, and it's Curto again who smothers the opportunity. The fire blanket for Macarthur on show once again to deny Lockie Wales.
Well, he's been sensational, hasn't he?
And now Davila gets a free kick. This is some frustration showing for Western United as well. John Aloisi up and about. He's querying that decision.
There's the opportunity again. Mickey Wales with the great run in behind, great first touch. Just tried to lift it over Curto. And there's the foul that followed up. That man down there in purple, goals for Macarthur. Anyway, Sturjowski stays this way. We'll be giving him a nice little slap on the back after this. He has been in excellent form.
Tight pass, tight connection there. Uzcock looking to find Lewis. Much more calm looking Mile Sturjowski as opposed to his compatriot John Aloisi on the Western United bench. Lozanovski. Well, Macarthur, they will have some memories. First time back in front in a game, as I mentioned, in 3 matches since they gave up a 2-goal lead in Perth. You just wonder whether that is in the back of their mind somewhere. Wales. Burgate. Lozanovski. Nazarene. Very tight here at the top of the box. Now they send it to Garuccio. Wales. Lozanovski.
And just look how deep Macarthur are now. All 10 outfield players within 5 metres of their box there.
The young midfielder links with Nazarene. Nazarene trying to send Holman the wrong way. Bozanovski driving forward. Corner on the way for Western United. They're coming here. They are turning up the dial on Macarthur.
Well, we saw Macarthur stave off an Adelaide barrage last game out.
And the corner, decent one towards Trad at the back post. Risdon flying across, flying into German. He goes into the book for a yellow card. But that's the kind of heart and energy that can lift his side. That's what he does so well. But on that occasion, he produced a foul, Matt.
Well, that was a clear professional foul.
I know, but I'm not saying
You're condoning that tackle, are you?
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying that moments like that can lift your side still.
Yep, undoubted. He knew he was out of position. The man had taken a touch forward. And it was a professional foul to slow the game down as we see some subs.
Raphael and Christian Popovic coming on. Christian Popovic, just his 4th appearance of the season. Leighton Lewis looks a bit dejected as he leaves the field. Remember, he was rested on Monday, so he hasn't had the same game time as other players, so he leaves the park. Popovic comes on. Raphael comes on for Jed Drew. Got through a mountain of work in this match. Jed Drew, another strong performance from him. Botic rushing down on Curto, who just slipped and find Vojica. Lozanovski. Also got Jake Nadolski on the bench, Western United, if they want to use him, the 18-year-old, another young talent who's got over his injury issues. Tenya drives the pass way too far in front of Lockie Wales. And a frustrating season for Daniel Pena, not quite the highlights reel that we witnessed a couple of years ago in his season with Newcastle.
Well, he's capable, we've seen, of wonderful passes and strikes. Just forcing the issue on that occasion. It was a difficult pass.
Bozanovski, Pena, Botic, Pena! Philip Curto once again to the rescue for the Bulls. Pena, for all money, thought that was in.
So did I. A little bit of head tennis, and then he gets down so well to his left on this occasion.
Corner driven in onto the head of Raphael, falls for Bozanovski, who would become Western United's youngest ever goal scorer if he does score today.
Look at this strike from Pena. Full strength. Philip Curto. It's a wonderful save. Good strong hand.
Yeah, he just continues to impress, Philip Curto.
So does that man. Really doubler.
Rose bearing down, and it spills through the legs of Caruccio to Heward Bell. Do you think he would have saved Davola's strike, Macca? Philip Curto? Or do you think it was that much in the corner it was impossible even for him?
Well, at this stage, the way he's playing, he'd save anything that comes near him, wouldn't he?
It feels like that, doesn't it?
Let's go and see if he can get me a home loan and save me a few on that as well.
It feels like Tim Howard 2014 World Cup areas. Pena. Nazarene. Bozanovski. Got it out from under the boot, did Pena. Caruccio tracks it down. And Caruccio, that's a neat bit of work. Adamson in trouble here. A yellow ticket. And that's a win for Ben Caruccio and a potential problem for Macarthur. They're right back on a yellow card.
Oh, he's done well down this left-hand side, getting forward, Caruccio, the whole game. Started off early with a goal, but he's been very good. Wonderful trickery there.
Has to be careful now. The debutant. Jacob Trapp trying to make himself available. So too Risdon. Remember that goal from a set piece earlier in the season. Back post it goes. It's pinball in the box. And Bozanovski could not keep his shot down for the second time in a few moments.
Yeah, he knows he should have done better there. Did well to get the first touch and get it down. You see here, bodies everywhere, little clearance. He's done well off the head. He's just leaning back and stretching a little as it bounces up. 8 yards out, really must hit the target there.
Poor turnover from Macarthur. Pena this time, the deflection. Well, it had Curto standing like a statue. He was just praying it would go wide. In the end, it's a corner. They've got to deal with this one better than they did the last, the Bulls. And here it comes, dangerous from Pena out to Risdon. Again, Bozanovski getting a toe to it. All hands to the pump at the moment for the Bulls. Raphael just couldn't get a touch to retain possession.
Well, there's 20 minutes left in this game. We spoke about Macarthur's 4 games, 4th game in 12 days. Just wondering, sitting deeper and deeper and inviting Western United onto them.
Wales. Off the box is Bozanovski, but he picks out Holman. Trapped. Caruccio finds his right back in Risdon. Nazarene. Thurgate off the post. Pena follows it in and scores the equaliser for Western United. They will not And we are back level once again.
Well, we said that Macarthur were getting deeper and deeper. The Harvey Norman replay, it's a wonderful strike from Angus Thurgate on the edge of the box. It comes down off the crossbar. Look at this, little bit of space, they're deep. First time strike, hits the crossbar down, and Daniel Pena is the first to react with the simplest of headers. Curte's been magnificent today, but there's nothing he could do there. And as Pena reacts quickest, a header from a couple of yards out, and it's 2-2.
And Daniel Pena with goal number 2 this season. Remember, he scored in their most recent win against Brisbane in round 8. And Philip Curto just asking the question whether there was an offside. The VAR is having a look. Now, I'd be interested to see if Thurgate's initial shot did cross the line, but in the end, it's not going to matter. John Aloisi punches the air. A fist pump there. It's 2-2. It's confirmed. Daniel Pena with the goal. Hang on a second. Well, John Aloisi seemed to think it was definitely awarded, and I think we're getting that confirmation now. So here is the moment. It's very, very tight.
I think the trailing foot there of Tomislav Uskok has just kept Pena onside.
And they're blowing up Macarthur, and Adam Kersey, fair enough to him, he's saying get on with it. The VAR has given the goal, and Germain goes into the book, and that's fair enough, Macca, based on the edict from the referees this season. They're cracking down on dissent. The VAR's had a look at it, and there is the decision.
Well, on that replay, the slow motion replay, hopefully we can get the lines, but Tommy Uskok's foot, right foot I think it was, as he stepped forward, just seemed to keep Daniel Pena onside. It was tight.
It was really tight. We need the lines to confirm it all, but from just looking at the angle, you cannot see it definitively unless you have the lines. So Macarthur players obviously looking at just that picture. VAR would have drawn the lines. Chris Griffiths-Jones in there. And here we go. Drama aplenty at the back end of this one. What a cracking contest we have had here to begin Unite round. John Aloisi, look at him stalking the sideline. He knows this is a big moment in their season. Resilience tested once again. They fought back from a 2-1 deficit after taking the lead. Bozanovsky. Out by Raphael. And Davila looks up, spies Rose. Raphael with his hand up at the back post. That's where Davila sends it now. Raphael closed off by Imai. The first of a doubleheader here at Combank Stadium. Straight after this one, it is Western Sydney and Melbourne City. Two of the big dogs, two of the heavyweights going head to head. Western United looking to bounce, I should say Western Sydney looking to bounce back. So too, of course, Western United right here, and they've got plenty of time to find a winner. Raphael. And Risdon. Davila hooks it back. Germain and Hewitt Bell would have had his heart in his mouth for a moment there, and the ball just bobbled up so kindly.
Well, he just didn't quite catch it there, did he, Germain? And there you see the offside, as we said, the trailing foot, Tomislav Uskok just keeping Pena onside. He was just a little late to step up, and that was enough for Pena to steal in. with the equaliser. And isn't it amazing, the game of football, Benny? We saw Macarthur almost camped in their own area.
Here goes Pena driving forward. Adamson did well. Wales almost stepped on the ball. Little pirouette. Spills here. Pena hooks it over the top. Bodic! And just trickles wide. It would have ended the 10-game goal drought for Noah Bodic. Gee whiz, that was a near miss for the Bulls.
And what about the ball again from Pena? And it's almost the tidiest of finish. Look at this little scoop. Bodic gets there on the stretch, tries to guide it into that far corner. Gets a little too much on it. I was going to say that I saw Macarthur almost camped on their own box. They concede a goal and all of a sudden they have an opportunity down the other end. Who's your mate?
Davila now manhandling Bozanovski. He's looking frustrated after conceding that equaliser. His 2 goals put Macarthur ahead 2-1. Risdon. The captain slides in Thurgate. Had a big part to play in the equaliser. Well cut out by Raphael. Now Thurgate doesn't win. Actually, sorry, he does. Optical illusion. It's a corner. Hard to tell where the assistant was pointing the flag, but it was at the corner. And that means Macarthur have to defend from a situation which they haven't dealt with very well lately. Nazarene goes to the middle of the box. Wales to touch it last, and he's disagreeing with the referee's decision. Well, let's hope this is only the beginning, Macca, for Unite round. 4 goals in the opening match in the Isuzu Ute A-League.
Plenty of saves, plenty of action at both ends. We'll take that.
Raphael turns away from Risdon, left him in his wake. And the Bulls are rushing forward here. And floated towards Rose, who got up beautifully. And just as Bodic had the moment some minutes ago, it was the chance for Lockie Rose to have his time.
Well, that's a better opportunity. It's a great run from Vujic, and look at that ball. You can't ask for anything better. He's got between both defenders, and he really must score there. They've been soaking up the pressure. They've created a couple of opportunities in the last few minutes, but that was the best.
Is it Western United's turn now? You have an opportunity. Now it's time for ours. Thurgate. Pena shaped to shoot, decided against it, then went for it. Jacob Tratt dealt with a nastily spinning ball there well. Look at that statistic. Western United, 22 shots on goal. Not quite as many on target. 6-3 they lead in that department. Garuccia. Bozanovski. And Wales sending Adamson back, who's on a yellow card. Wales. Curto got the right paw. He's saying it was already out. He's saying, look at my knee.
He wants to get the lines out for the corner goal kick.
Wales's duty here. In the corner, under the head of Rose, as far as Garuccio, into the mix. Davila bursting forward. The running of the Bulls. Here they come from all angles. Holman just lost his footing at the key moment, and it all breaks down for Macarthur.
Oh, they blew that one, didn't they? Davila, if he just held it a fraction more, he would have seen that Raphael was bursting down the left. If he rolled him in, he was away.
Now Bodic showing his toe, taking on Popovic down the right. Nazarene. Pena, a little bit of space opens up. Pena! Like a bullet! Daniel Pena with a brace, and he puts Western United back from 2-1 down. They are 3-2 ahead. The Brazilian lining up in Unite round.
Well, Benny, you said we haven't seen the highlights that we saw him provide at the Jets. Well, on the Harvey Norman replay, there it is. He got himself a simple-headed tap-in before, but this is brilliant. As he receives the ball, he has a look, nice feet there to get Holman out the way, and he picks the bottom corner with perfection. They've been pressing and pressing and pressing, and finally they get their rewards. It's been tough going for Western United, but Daniel Pena has stepped up when needed. His second goal of the day. A yellow card for his celebration, and look what it means to Johnny Aloisi. A wonderful finish. And it's no more than they deserve.
Well, what a moment. You just got to love football, the emotions, the embrace for the coach, the embattled coach, John Aloisi. It's been a tough season for Western United, but you just knew what he was going to do there, Macca, didn't you? He was just looking for the opening. He was looking for the space. He found it, and he just unloaded a heat-seeking missile that not even Philip Curter could save. And Western United, deservedly, you'd say, lead this one 3-2. And look at Daniel Pena. He has come to life in the green and black.
Well, they've threatened on a number of occasions to take 3 points. They've made it difficult today as well. But it took a moment of brilliance. As you say, he only had one thing on his mind. A little look over the shoulder. Great feat to get Holman out of the way. And a wonderful strike in off the post.
The attendants here at Combank Stadium are probably lucky it hit the post, because if it hit the back of the net, it would have ripped a hole in it. It was going that quickly. It was a thing of beauty from Daniel Pena. Haven't we been treated to some wonderful goals in this match of football? As here comes a free kick for the challenge on Popovic. Well, it's been Macarthur so often this season scoring late goals. 8 goals they've scored in the final 15 minutes of matches. A tired, a leggy Macarthur here. A busy schedule maybe taking its toll. And as I mentioned a little earlier, they led in this match 2-1. The last time they led 2-0 against Perth, they lost that day. It's becoming somewhat of an issue for the Bulls of late. Bertolicio has come into the game on the right edge as Davila down to the byline, cuts it back. Job not done though for Western United. Their fans have seen enough this season to know that there's still opportunities on the way here for this match to go either way. We've seen it in the league this season. They'd love an insurance policy here through a hat-trick for Pena maybe. He threads it in front of Bodic. Is the drought going to end? Not at this moment. And now he's turned it over to Popovic. Final 90 seconds of the 90. There will be some stoppage time. We have had some delays in this second half. Will be a fair chunk of time for the Bulls. Rose, Davila, look to be a handball. Referee saying play on, much to the displeasure of the Western United players. Scratching his head in the penalty box now, Davila. Popovic. Bertolicio, first appearance of the season for the 20-year-old. And there it is! He's got it! A hat-trick! Well, that is miraculous from Uli Davila. A hat-trick for Macarthur, and they've pulled it back again.
Well, unbelievable. He was on the ground scratching his head, and all I was thinking was, you need to get up. On the Harvey Norman replay, he got up. He gets very fortuitous with the deflection, but it's a ball in from Skadatis, and there he is. And poor old Tom Hewitt-Bell again, there's nothing he can do about that one. He just helps it on here, off the top of trap, and into that top corner. And unbelievably, they've got another goal late in the game that could rescue a point, and Uli Davila has led this team from start to finish.
First hat-trick in his A-League career. This match just cannot deliver any more drama. 6 goals and we've still got 6 minutes of stoppage time. And Risdon in game 250, burning away down the right. Still Risdon. Deflection falls into the path of Curto. Western United.
Well, even at the kickoff, Ben Garuccio was over at the sideline with the fourth official saying, what about the handball in the play before, when the referee said play on? It seemed to be a clear handball. Macarthur got the ball back from it and ended up scoring. They will be livid.
Thurgate. And Wales driving it back in. Wooscock with the header away. Thurgate. Bozanovski keeps it at his toes. Reese Bozanovski. And now Nazarene. Risdon. Is the script written for Josh Risdon? Nazarene. Wales. Wales across the face. Falls for Pena. Risdon. Blocked by Holman. And the flag comes up for offside. Well, surely nothing else would surprise you today.
Well, this is what it's all about, isn't it? Excitement, action at either ends, some drama, a little bit of controversy thrown in as well.
Well, Macca, I just want to mention, unfortunately for Uli Davila, it may go down as an own goal off trap. They're going to have a look at that. We're just hearing that from the sideline.
Right, so the dubious goal board needs to have a look. That was going towards goal. You've got to give it to him.
Well, Daniel Pena, he wants a hat-trick too. It'd win the game for Western. Surely at this point it would. Imot. Holman. Davila. Surely not. Wales. Edges his way into some space. And free kick goes the way of Western United. Can we have 5 more minutes from now?
We've got another game to get to, but I'll take it.
Don't forget, straight after this one, if you're loving this one, you get another one here at Combank Stadium. It's Western Sydney Wanderers taking on Melbourne City. We've had screaming saves, screaming goals, drama. What a way to start Unite round. Pena. Nazarene. Thurgate. Pena. Pena! Spilled by Curto. It's not a corner. It's out to Risdon. In his 250th. Links with Thurgate. Plays the 1-2. Risdon. He's going to get it back here for Western United. Good endeavour. Davila from the blind side. Now Rose is away from Macarthur. Here is Davila. He has the run of Skitardis on the right. He's done everything to try and win this game for his side, Uli Darvola. And look at that. You don't get much better than that on the Paramount Plus Player Index. Darvola edging out Pena, 99.9 to 99.7.
Well, with that score, I'm assuming they've given him the hat-trick.
Well, Pena needs a hat-trick to equal him. Both sides have been in front. Western led 1-0 and 3-2. Macarthur led 2-1. And once again, Macarthur in the final 15 minutes. And this point, this moment that Trapp would love to have over again. Curto, he has to get this moment right. He hasn't quite got it right. He's going to get back though. Garuccio. Bozanovski tries to place it in towards Botic. The final minute of stoppage time almost upon us. Trapped. And Garuccio scored the first goal. Drives into the box. Wales. The deflection goes up in the air. Popovic gets it away. Raphael does enough to earn his side, I should say Skitardis, to earn his side a throw. Still time. It's been a breathless finish to this match. Now just hang on a second. Just a whistle from Adam Kersey to get things moving again. Thurgate. Clearance into Skitardis. Space here for Macarthur to win it. It's Raphael. Raphael! He pulls it wide. Hewitt Bell, he wants one final chance for his side. He just launches it up towards Pena, who looked to be offside from that particular passage of play. And that's it. One of the most enthralling matches in the A-League is the first match of Unite round, and the fans have been entertained. So it's the most common result between these two sides, a draw between Western United and Macarthur for the fourth time in 9 meetings. Western United in their 3-match losing run, but for the Bulls, it's 3 consecutive draws. Devastation for Western United. They were so close to victory in Josh Risdon's 250th. But it took something special. Uli Darvola, a hat-trick to ensure that the spoils are shared at Combank Stadium. Macarthur FC 3, Uli Darvola 3, Western United 3. It finishes here at Combank. And let's head down to Garvey for some reaction.
Thank you. I'm with Ben Garuccio, who I'm not sure what he makes of what just transpired across the 90 minutes. So close to a win, Ben, and considering the position you're in right now, I dare say that's really hard to take.
Yeah, look, we need wins. At the end of the day, we're behind other teams. We need to catch up, and we need those 3 points. But look, probably the story of the season so far has been we've lacked in those key moments. Today we had the moments. We lead a couple of times, and then we can see goals like that. You know, we just got to keep teams out. It's hard. It feels like kind of everything's gone against us. And look, we work with Foxy. You know, he's so big on that defensive structure. We work so hard on it, and we're just kind of letting ourselves down. Look, Davila scores a hat-trick. You got to take your hat off sometimes, but it's disappointing.
It does feel like things are going against you at the moment, and you seemed really angry with the third goal. Was there a handball in the lead up to it? Is that just a sign of the frustration around the club at the moment?
Yeah, I think, look, it's just one of those seasons so far where, you know, you look at VAR calls and most have gone against us. And look, it's no excuse at the end of the day. I thought, look, it hit Davila's arm. The play continues. We still can defend it better. It's no excuse. I'll put my hands up. And look, it's just disappointing, but it's heat of the moment. I'm always in the moment. I want to win. It kills me. It hurts me. And yeah, it's disappointing.
I was watching John Aloisi closely and a couple of your key players. It seems like there's a lot of tension running through the team because you arguably feel like you're on the verge of getting a few wins. Does it feel like you're close to turning things around? What's going through the mind in that sense?
Yeah, it feels like that. Look, there's definitely been games this year where we hold our hands up and we say it was nowhere near good enough. You know, the Central Coast game when we get smashed. But games like today, you know, I feel like in the game, on the balance of the game, we're controlling it. You know, we're creating good chances. Last week against City, we copped 2 bombs, first time on the edge of the box. Look, it's disappointing, but we need to find a way to improve, tighten up defensively, and we got to bounce back.
Thanks, Benny. Keep going. All the best.
Lovely, cheers.
Ben Gariccio there. Philip Curto from Macarthur has been good enough to join me. Philip, thanks for doing so. I conceded 3 goals, but it wasn't his fault. He had an outstanding game between the sticks for Macarthur. Crazy for a goalkeeper when you play so well, concede 3 and only pick up a point.